Good morning, everybody. This morning, I want to talk about something I hear Aubrey Norton was saying this morning. He was talking about power sharing, and they want to negotiate the situation at the moment. And he said that the Barry Jaglio said he didn't want no power sharing. Jaglio never said he didn't want no power sharing, Aubrey. He said first, this election have to finish. I mean, you finally have to swear in, and then y'all could talk about power sharing. But y'all, two things. David Hines was one of them who talking about power sharing. But then David Hines come out talking about one ballot box and all kind of bullshit. Then y'all say, in terms of power sharing, Granger have to remain president. And PPP have to find a position and take probably vice president. there's two. I can mention the next one. The amount of stupidness Harmon, you Aubrey, Ramjatan Nagamutu, the amount of bullshit all they are coming out there talking and trying to thief and force people to accept what you are saying and all kind of thing. And this is what Jack Lee was talking about. How we could go to power sharing with people like y'all. Dangerous liar people. How we could trust y'all to go power sharing with y'all now. When y'all could have let me do this earlier. If y'all didn't want to wait until the election finish to deal with the power sharing, y'all could have find some other terms to debate and negotiate the power sharing deal. And y'all come to an agreement. But y'all can't want to run around and do all this kind of stupidness bullshit. 10 PPP this and PPP that. Now y'all come in and say y'all want power sharing. Well, I hear you always say you into power sharing. But in 2015 when y'all say y'all gonna take power sharing, when y'all win, y'all forget power sharing. So how we can trust y'all? This is the first thing. Y'all got to prove yourself trustworthy before we can even think about talking about power sharing. When y'all gonna continue going on the road y'all on, y'all done start get sanctions already. I'm gonna just give y'all a little update of what's going on. The court today can rule 4 o'clock. They're gonna throw the case. Right? When y'all gonna continue going on the road y'all going? Because it clearly showing y'all know y'all lose the election. Right? Because you just exposed that again. Because you talking about power sharing and that kind of thing, because you know you lose the election and you want to take part. No. I would go as far as say I would support a power sharing. They're gonna make it better for every single race of the country. Right? Because the two major parties representing the two major population, right? The Indo and the Afro Guyanese. When the PNC in power, the Indian believe they get left out. When the Indian in power, the black people don't believe them and get left out. So I would support a power sharing, but it have to go down the right way. Now y'all can continue going on the road y'all going, and y'all can get sanctions and sanctions and sanctions. Eventually y'all gonna have to come out of there. Eventually. And PPP alone gonna take power. You understand? Y'all will come out of there. I don't care what y'all do and how long it take. Y'all will get out of there. If it's not by action, it's by force. Right? Y'all need to concede. if you want to talk about it before, you got to come with a proper plan to negotiate power sharing. You cannot bully power sharing. You understand? It cannot happen the way. You can't bully and expect people for just do things because I say or because I want. No, this thing have to happen and happen the right way. Good? When we talking about power sharing, Granger, you know you lose the election. But you so bad want to be president that you're willing to go to any measures and accept anything as long as you remain as president. As long as you remain as president. Right? That ain't going to happen, Granger. So before you lose all, right? Concede. Or before you concede, you can go on, you and Jack, you can reach in, you can sit down and talk. And work out a plan how you can work together for the betterment of the country and the people of the country. Because really and truly, I believe that if you all come together, the two major political parties come together and find a way how to work together. When I say work together, not you pulling here and he pulling, no, work together. I believe we got a bright and prosperous future together. And not every 5 years we can find this and that pulling up on one side and one side. When election come, you go to the polls again. Whosoever get the most remain the president. Who get the less remain the vice president. It's simple. It's simple as that. You understand? And then we could come together and the small parties them could fit in with a one seat or whether they have a seat or not. We have to find ways how to implement the small parties them. The reason for that because the more them get involved in the parliament is the more ideas we can get. And the more ideas you get is more betterment you can do. It's better for the country, better for the people, and it's better for politics in Guyana in general. Right? So we find places to put everybody. You understand? Now for power sharing, I mean some of the ministers from the APNU and some from the PPP gonna have to find different role and different position because the PPP can want to bring over some. PPP have them on already and the APNU AFC can want to bring over some of them on. But how much y'all could bring? That is what the thing is. So you set up organizations into ministers to look after the interests of the Afro-Guyanese, ministers to look after the interests of the Amerindian, and so on and so forth. Right? We put these people in position to look out for the people. Then you got the minister to look after the interests of the Indian. And let the president, the vice president, and the major stakeholders focus on developing the country outside looking after the ethnicity of the people. Right? So we could find ways to involve everybody. We could. We ain't got a big population, but we got 6 races or more. So we could find ways how to fit everybody in and let the country move forward. Because we can continue going on this party every 5 years. Every time PNC lose the election, they don't want to accept the lose. Every single time. Every time they got a problem with this happen and that happen and all kind of bullshit when they lose the election. Now, if Aubrey Norton said the only election he find was credible was 2006. Now, Aubrey, if there was thieving from 92 to 2006, what made 2006 so credible that there wasn't thieving? I don't understand what you're coming out there trying to say. And what make the next election after 2006 not credible again? You understand? It just don't make no sense. Every time y'all lose, y'all trying to be sore losers. Y'all don't want to accept y'all lose. Right? But I strongly recommend we go to power sharing and involve all these small parties. But again, who get the most vote have to be the president of the country. Right? Who get the most vote have to be the president of the country. Now on we're not talking about power sharing. Let me Ramjatan gone. The AP and AFC gone. Because we cannot involve them in power sharing. We involve in the PNC in power sharing, not the coalition. Right? Because Ramjatan was with the PPP already and they fire him. Nagamutu was with the PPP and they fire him. So the two then can't come back on the road and talking about them want to be involved in power sharing. Well, for Nagamutu, I don't know what happened because he is a part of the PNC, not the AP and UFC. So probably he get to do. I don't know. But again, y'all cannot come out there and bully or demand what y'all want. We have to negotiate that. Right? Until y'all find a way how to do that. Or until y'all get a stick in your brain that y'all cannot bully this election. We can continue on the pathway there. Good. Now, I see Rickford Brooks had a woman on the program. I don't really watch him. He and Mark Benchcap. I don't watch the two of them because they're always with some racial bullshit. And everybody that involved on the program is a racial person. Except for who involved in the AP and USC now. Everybody else except the two rubber stamp in the AP and UFC who they're using and they're trying to put them on the program to say something to benefit them. Other than that, everybody else who go on the program is a racial person. Rickford Brooks and Mark Benchcap. But she was saying that America wrong and America shouldn't get involved in Guyana politics and the whole 9 yards. Let me tell you something. Dim to the congresswoman only because she's black. I see a next congressman. I think he's from the Democrat. Black again. I ain't pointing fingers because of the race, but I can just show you something. It's only them coming out and take the side of the coalition. But every other body, CARICOM leaders, them all them in black, all them in white. The Mandela thing we set up, them in white. Well, we got Canada, England, India, America, European Union. But everybody calling out, except for these couple of people who is in America, in the Congress, with Rickford Brooks. Probably is going to reach them and try to tell them a bunch of stupidness. And they don't do the research, they just go there and talk what they want to talk. You understand? But the woman was talking about America shouldn't do it. Let me tell you something, right? No matter what y'all do, no matter what y'all say, America don't put sanction. And they will put more sanction if y'all continue. And there's nothing none of y'all can do about it. Nothing. It is what it is. Y'all doing something wrong, y'all have to be punished for it. Y'all trying to thief the election. Y'all trying to invalidate the people and vote. Right? That is wrong. So y'all will have to face the penalty. And don't worry when nobody come out and say America shouldn't this and America shouldn't that. Every country in the world, I think, that is corrupted, America will do what they have to do to straighten it out. They will do what they have to do to straighten it out. So I can come and talk what you want and do what you want. Rickford Brooks, you can bring who you want. The sanction done there already. And there's nothing I can do to change it. Right? So you could go down the road and you can protest and you can talk and go and reach whoever you want. Sanctions is not going to go away until y'all do the right thing, APNU AFC. It's not. It's going to get worse. Right? And I even see a video with Granger explaining sanctions in 2015. What is the consequences of sanctions in Guyana? What you can do to the people, the economy, the development, and the individual who fighting to collect sanctions at the moment. I mean politicians, right? He was explaining clearly what sanctions could do to the country. But he's still trying to be president. He's still trying to hold on to presidency. So he don't care nothing about what he was saying that would happen. What he know gonna happen. Right? Because if you clearly were saying it in 2015, you must remember what it is now. Now, anybody come out and say America didn't inform nobody about nothing, and America didn't this, and America didn't that. But nobody come out and say Pompeo tried to call Granger twice, and he did not answer the phone. He did not answer the phone to Pompeo. This before the man come out and make a pronouncement about the sanction. The man called Granger twice, not one time. Imagine the power of people they have. Right? And call Granger not once but twice, and he answered his phone. He didn't answer his phone. He busy partying. So he party was more important than the country, because nobody knew what the man was calling for. Probably the man was calling to tell him something and what he could do to make the sanction don't be implemented. You understand? But he bought the party more important than the people and the country. So he refused to answer the call. And this is where the man make a pronouncement on the sanctions. Right? But nobody come out and say that. Harmon come out and say that. No, Harmon is such a jackass, right? I don't know who Harmon think he could come and try to smart or to outsmart. Because he come out and say nobody contact the president concerning sanctions, and there's a lot of fake news out there, and he would consider that to be a fake news because nobody gave no written report or nobody call and said nothing about the sanctions. But Harman only saying that because he want the Americans to be specific with who gets sanctions. Sarah Ann Lynch already said they are not going to give the names of who gets sanctions. But he trying to come out and believe he can outsmart the people then by saying, oh, nobody contact us and it's fake news. But Harman, you is a real jackass, you know. You are a real jackass. So now he trying to do what he do Clara Singh. Send a letter and claiming that them is evidence. The same thing he trying to reverse here now. He accustomed to this letter thing, so he want a letter from America with the names them who get sanctions. Harman, they don't say they are not going to give no names. And no matter, don't care why you do, I ain't gonna get no name out of them. They will have to decide to have their own if they want to expose the people them who get sanctions. So it will be a surprise when you reach the airport where you're going to take your medical treatment overseas. And you reach the airport or you reach in America and if there is the case, and they tell you, oh, you are being sanctioned and your visa have been revoked. Back to Guyana. This is how you can find out Harmon. There is no other way you can find out. But he people him in America and he people him locally to do investigation to find out if they can find anything about the sanction online or the people in web page or website. Harmon, if they say they are not going to give or expose none of the names. Why would I put it on a website? How stupid do you think these people really is? If the people then come out and say, hey, we cannot give a name, we cannot tell you who gets sanctions at the moment. When you travel or when you go and apply for a visa, you will know them. Why would they put them name or the information about the same people them online? And I tell you, they can't tell you. I don't know how you believe these people so dumb and stupid like I are. Ay. I don't know where you get your sense from, boss. But everybody done, you're so transparent, I would say again. That everything you come and put out there, people can expose them with ease. People don't have to buzz their head to understand what you are trying to say or trying to do. Nobody have to buzz their head for that. Fake news. Yeah, wait, hold on. Go and travel. Travel to America. And you're going to find it where it's fake news and where it's official news. Soon, I think it's Europe going to implement these sanctions. If the court proceedings finish today, and by tomorrow, a declaration is made, our next sanction can be implemented from America, and one can come from the European Union, or England, or wherever it's coming from. Or maybe Canada and I are going to start putting sanctions. Now, tomorrow is the CARICOM meeting. And there's going to be a next set of pressure going to be added to what it is now for y'all. So, again, before y'all continue down this road, y'all got to come out of there somehow, or some way. Y'all have to come out of there. Y'all can't stay in there. Irfan Ali will be declared the president. Irfan Ali will swear in as the president. And Irfan Ali will be the next president of Guyana. There's nothing y'all can do to stop that. So before y'all run around the place and destroy yourself more than how y'all done destroy it. Destroy the PNC more than how y'all done destroy it. Come out there. Arrange to reach Jagdeo. Y'all sit down, Granger, you and Jagdeo on a one-to-one, or you could call in some other ministers with Jagdeo ministers them. Y'all try and work out how y'all can do power sharing, or how y'all can do something to benefit both everybody, including all the politicians in all the parties and the people of the country. How everybody can be included in a package where y'all can work towards. Right? Y'all negotiating that. And y'all see how y'all can move forward together. Before y'all got to do all these things and continue doing them and still want to go and feel y'all can get power sharing. It ain't gonna work the way. Y'all cannot bully that. And assure y'all still have a slim chance, if none at all at the moment, that Jack Deere were willing to accept power sharing. It will be a slim chance if there is a chance at the moment. Or y'all excuse me. There's a Jack Deere to decide if y'all don't throw away your chance already. But for me, it still have a slim chance now. But if this thing here finish, this court hearing finishes afternoon when the case gets thrown, and y'all hamper the next declaration, that's the end of the line, fellas. I think it's the end of the line not end already. But I still believe that there's a slim chance you can still stretch the line a little bit. Right? But if a declaration cannot make tomorrow, then me y'all bust the line. And this is the end of the whole thing. So, before y'all got to take all this pressure and people can come and dig you out, and then y'all gonna lose the opportunity of being involved to represent y'all people in a power sharing deal. Where y'all claiming y'all want to represent the black community. Then they could feel comfortable, the Indian could feel comfortable, the Amerindians could feel comfortable, and all 6 races could feel comfortable because everybody working together for the betterment of the country and the people in the country. Not this winner take out bullshit what was going on all the time. and I hear Mr. Jonas was saying that all the time, we cannot continue with this winner take all process and expect the country to get better. It ain't gonna happen. It's not going to happen. So y'all see where y'all can walk out, but y'all have to stop what y'all doing. If y'all do not stop the thing what y'all doing, y'all gonna lose the opportunity of power sharing, and y'all gonna lose the power of the presidency. Well, y'all don't lose already, but what we mean to say, they're gonna come and force y'all out. They mean, based on what they're hearing, that sanctions gonna start coming down more harder, more stronger. Then they're gonna start investigating y'all financial assets. Where y'all get them, where y'all was doing with money y'all send, and really and truly, y'all don't want that. This is what America gonna be doing. So they're gonna come and force y'all out, plus some they want to jail some of y'all. So it's the ball about power sharing and the ball to avoid sanctions and pressure from the international arena is in your hand. I you choose what you want to do with it. I you choose what you want to do with it, but everybody already know, including y'all, that the PPP win the election. And nobody can agree for y'all to stay in there illegally. Right now, we've been hearing that Granger gonna stay in as president, whether he win or he lose. He gonna want to bully being president. Granger, you're making it worse for the people of the country. Well, really and truly, you don't really care nothing about what happened. So I can't say it's making it worse for you because you don't care. But you're making it worse for the people of the country. Right? So, y'all choose where y'all want, and we can work towards that. We can do what we have to, and I do what I have to. If this is the way I want it to go down, this is the way we have to take it down. But we are not going to accept y'all try to thief this election. Harmon, you say y'all ain't gonna bend. Listen, if something can't bend, it's easier to break. If it can bend, you have to bend it and bend it and bend it to break it. If it can't bend, it's easier to break. Okay, just one pop and it can break. Right? So since you can't bend, you can break. Don't worry. Pressure bust pipe. Remember that. Pressure bust pipe. So we're gonna see how strong your pipe be. Continue. Anyway, everybody, please stay safe. Stay away from Rona. Please continue to prepare yourself. I keep saying this every time a court proceeding finish. I keep saying the same thing. That something is going to happen. Something is going to happen because I believe a declaration will be made at the end of a court proceeding. And they will not accept. And I'm going to go on the road. But every time that happens, you hear a next case file again. Because Cladison was getting low and feel all the rope to run. So every time you think low and feel can bring out a report for say, well, okay, this is the official figure and the right one, you bring out a wrong one. Then we end up in court again. So, again, prepare yourself. If a declaration is to be made between this afternoon and tomorrow, there will be problem. They are not going to accept. So please prepare yourself. Once again, stay away from Rona. Stay away from Rona. Continue to look out for each other. Okay? Have a blessed day. See you in the next video.